they're going to have to intercept our interceptors, or else we're going to intercept them from winning. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we get into the deck, make sure to leave a like. The button looks just like this. It helps out the channel tremendously, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive right into the Obscura. So this card is massively underrated. I love this card so much. It's a card I want to play a little bit more, so let's go ahead and just dedicate an entire deck to it. Flash Lifelink. It costs 4. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it connives. When it connives this way, return up to 1 target spell to its owner's hand. So obviously it's not exactly like Ertai, because Ertai gives you the counter or destroy a creature, and it gives them a draw. This gives them the same card back, so it does operate a little bit differently, but with Flash and Lifelink, and our turn 4 is deadly. So we got the 2 Ertai, we got the Interceptor, and there's so many different things that we can intercept with this lovely Esper Obscura wizard. So absolutely love this thing. Let's go ahead and just march right along. We got the Lier. Lier of the Drown, of course, like, I kind of debated making like an aggro-y type of deck, but I think we kind of settled on this like mid-range nonsense, and Lier just is so good. Later in the game, once you can start just going for quick study, impulse, make this appear, yada yada yada, you know the drill. Lier does what Lier does later in the game, and I absolutely love this thing. We got the Aclazotz. Aclazotz has been finding its way into like a silver bullet as a one-of in a lot of my decks because it's just so good. It's so grindy, and later in the game, you can just bring it back from the Temple of the Dead, and it's a Bat God. It's a Bat God. Of course we love Aclazotz. So I actually do like the quick study. It's very simple. Just draw 2 cards. I do like it more, and we're not really running the basic lands, so that one Discover for Thirst or whatever. Not really running that just because we're not running the basic lands. So make disappear. I am running it. It does suck with Cavern of Souls, but Cavern of Souls actually has been slipping a little bit away from the meta, I've noticed. I mean, I see a lot less dinos, so I think you can make this appear pretty confidently. Of course, we got 2 underdogs later in the game with Liliana and the Connive. So Connive and Liliana, we do like the underdog in the graveyard. It's just unlimited value that way. And of course, a lot of different removal. We got Fading Hope, Cut Down, March of Wretched Sorrow to hit Planeswalkers, and Mono Red because it does gain you life, which is also very, very nice. But this is the deck here. Very, oh, and then I guess Path of Peril. This gets rid of everything. We can always bring back our Tenacious Underdog, so we don't really care about that. But it usually just hits the little people, and like the little goblins and whatnot. We're okay with that because all of our stuff is usually pretty big. And later in the game, you can actually destroy all creatures, which can come in handy. And of course, if these cards are dead, so if you're playing like a control shell, you can always just get rid of them. Liliana, we have to discard for Liliana, so getting rid of the Path of Peril, you can connive it away, etc, etc. So your hand never really feels dead no matter what matchup you play. That is the deck. Consider joining the channel. It would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Set the fire. All right, well, let's go ahead and set you on fire with our little deck here. I think we're okay here. This is really a gross start with 2 tapped lands, which is unfortunate, but we've got so much firepower. We got Ertai, we got the Interceptor, Liliana. I think we'll be okay. And if this is a Traxa, which I'm assuming it is, we actually have a very, very good matchup versus the Traxa. So we got the Fading Hope. We can kind of scry, dig for land in that manner. And with all the intercepting and all the Ertai and Liliana, we actually have like a very, very good matchup here. If they can't resolve their Atraxa or anything like that, I mean, they're just going to be out of luck. So I don't love the Invasion of Zendikar, just because they will be able to pay off my counter spells. If I do have like a make disappear eventually or whatever. But with the Interceptor and Ertai Resurrected, we're looking pretty good. Now, this land, we're not going to be able to cast Liliana, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. It's still a land, and we're still going to just need land, so that's okay. Yeah, the Liliana double black does end up hurting us a little bit and sometimes, but it's okay. That is okay. We can go for the... So it actually becomes kind of quirky. Do I want to go for the quick study or the impulse? The impulse technically does dig deeper into our deck. I think we're going to have to go for the impulse instead of the quick study, because I really just need the land. I don't really care about the mass card advantage. Impulse also does the same thing, but like the quick study... 2, you just draw 2, which is nice, but Impulse lets you dig deeper. I think we're just worried about the land. Like, we're just worried about getting an untapped land for this turn, so... Because this Invasion of Zendikar, I mean, at this point, we're not even caring about, like, make disappear. So let's actually go for Impulse instead of the Quick Study, which is a little bit mana inefficient, but that's okay. The Lier is also a fun card, but unfortunately, we don't have really the resources to go for Lier right now. So let's just go ahead and take the Underground River and just chill. Another Interceptor, so that is really nice. Like I said, you can kind of already see if they want to just like slam down a Traxa, we're just gonna go for Interceptor, Ertai. Pretty good, like pretty gosh darn good. All right, so let's see if they play anything. If they don't play anything, I think I'm still gonna flash in. I could just flash in Quick Study. I think we can afford to be patient. Like they've got. Oh, they got Wandering Emperor. Okay, that's fine. That's not like that big of a deal.
Run away.
We also have March of Wretched Sorrow. I don't really want to exile anything in my hand just to get rid of either the Wandering Emperor or not. So let's go ahead and do this. And we do have a Fading Hope, which is nice, awesome. Like we're gonna get rid of the token, and we'll scry because I definitely need a little bit more land. We got this Aclazotz too, so Aclazotz we're only running one. Let's get rid of that Make Disappear. They got way too much mana open, so that's kind of we're gonna make disappear. Fortunately, we do get the Shattered Sanctum, and now I gotta make a decision. I'm actually gonna be kind of quirky here. We're actually very, very ahead in terms of card advantage, so I think I'm gonna take the March of Wretched Sorrow. As long as I keep up like 4 lands, I think we can actually get rid of the Aclazotz. It pains me a lot to do this. It really, really does. Maybe it should be Liliana, but I think Liliana might be a little bit better if we can go for the ultimate. I think they are packing like Sunfall most likely, so I'm going to do this. We exile you just so that we can keep up 4, just to get rid of the Emperor, and we still have the Interceptor. Like I said, I don't really love getting rid of Aclazotz. It's either Aclazotz or Liliana. Which one's better? I don't know. Maybe if we had a little bit more land, but it's definitely a close decision because we don't have a whole lot else going for us in that manner. But Aclazotz does, you know, have lifelink and can come back persistently too. I'm worried about like an Atraxa if they do go for that. We're not going to be able to bring Aclazotz back. Okay, that was enough about that. That was a long-winded statement. You can just tell how hard it is to lose my precious Aclazotz. But let's go for the Interceptor. There's nothing to intercept right now. But that's okay, as long as we get some sort of board presence down. Path of Peril is absolutely useless in this matchup. But that's also what I like about this, is that we have Interceptor conniving. We've got Liliana just discarding. So there's never, like, the blank cards, the bricks don't really brick that hard. Like, it doesn't really matter that much. There's a lot of cycling, which is kind of, I mean, I'm not complaining. But I'm a little surprised they don't have more answers. As soon as they do drop an answer, of course we're going to intercept it. Or do we go for, wow, nothing. All right. Well, I mean, I have no reason not to cast. Let's go for the Interceptor. This is a little bit more useful than the Ertai. Ertai really does need to kill something while it comes out into the battlefield. There's the Memory Deluge. We can also cast that, but at this point, we do have 2 Interceptors. They're going to have to intercept our Interceptors, or else we're going to intercept them from winning. So we got the Ertai, and like I said, this makes 3 plus 4 plus 3 is Ertai. This is enough to win, so let's go for the Ertai. Yeah. We do give them another card, but as from what I can see, even if they had another Sunfall, I don't think they can cast it because they don't have double white. No, they don't have double white up there. So we're safe from Sunfall. We have survived the Sunfall. Up the Beanstalk, so that's good. Just draw that, does absolutely nothing. And at this point, we do have lethal on the board. We could have Memory Deluge. We've got Liliana to discard the Memory Deluge as well. And I don't think we're going to do that, just because, obviously, we'd rather just go for the kill. We are threatening lethal here.
A fight? And you think you can win?
Sure. I mean, this is lethal, so if they don't have anything, which I'm... Leyline Binding? No Leyline Binding? Well, we take it. Let's go. Smash! How are we doing here? Okay, we got double Interceptors. Hopefully we can make an interception on them. So I really like this card. I'm not really sure with the Interceptor if it's supposed to be a little bit more of like a tempo-y type of like I thought about going like Evolve Sleeper and making more of a creature-based deck rather than like a control one, but I kind of like how we got this going on. Definitely went with the control one, obviously. Got the Quick Study. I think we're just going to try and out-edge him. So the Mosswood Dread Knight is theoretically a +1. But we can go for the Impulse here. Let's see if we can grab a little something. So the Memory Deluge, I am running just one singular Memory Deluge. So I got to make a decision. Do I really want it, or do I want to go for more land? I think I'm going to lean towards more land at this point in the game. Now that we've got Liliana, maybe we should have gone for the Memory Deluge. It's always it's catch-22. I mean, because with the Memory Deluge, obviously we have the Interceptor to connive, but I don't know exactly what they got going on here. And typically with the Interceptor, I don't know if we're gonna have enough land with Liliana, especially so, to kind of go in for Memory Deluge later. So, kind of a lot of yapping for no reason, but gonna try and get rid of this Dread Knight here. All right, so now that we've cleared the board, now we kind of established what we wanted to do with the deck. We want to just kind of get the board clear, and now we can start bouncing their stuff with the Interceptor. So the Dread Knight, they go for the Dread Whispers. I'm going to let this resolve, and then when they go for the actual Dread Knight, then I think we can intercept it. So let's go ahead and do the Interception. Let's do Interception, Peyton Manning style. Sure, that works for me. Let's go. Intercept that Mosswood Dread Knight and go back up to your hand. I think I'm going to get rid of the Quick Study. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. And of course, it gets bounced back into their hand, which is, you know, kind of nice. They have a full, they have like a, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're going to have to actually discard, I believe. Yeah, so they get a discard going on, which is nice. So Liliana's +1 isn't that effective right now. So I'm just trying to think here. We have a Make Disappear. I think we already have our plan kind of locked and loaded. It is a little risky to go for the Quick Study to kind of get another land. But I think, like I said, going back to that Memory Deluge decision, I do think typically the Memory Deluge is for really, really grindy matchups, and I don't really like doing it that much. So the Deep Cavern Bat comes out to play, and I think we're going to go for the Interceptor rather than go for the Throat. Because this way, we get at least the Interceptor down, and now we've got 2 4/4s, and that's actually lethal in 2 turns. Because if we just go for the Throat, then we hold up Make Disappear, we don't get the Interceptor down. So let's go, and if they just go for this, they're kind of screwed either way. As you kind of see that we're just effectively locked. The only thing I'm worried about is the Virtue of Persistence, which comes right on cue, and now we do not have that lethal kind of lock going. All right, so more decisions should be made. I think let's just go for Quick Study. We still hold up Make Disappear this way, and we can just kind of get rid of a card pretty safely here. And now if they drop like a Dread Knight or something like that, we can just use Liliana's -2. And we're still holding up the go for the Throw and the Make Disappear. But it is a little nerve-wracking at this point in time, though. I don't like losing the Interceptor, and that Virtue of Persistence did really kind of get us in. So Deep Cavern Bat, I think unfortunately we're just going to have to eat this, and then well, they're going to have to eat this go for the Throw. We're not eating the Cavern Bat, just going to get rid of that. And let's see if they go for the Mossy Dread Knight. They do get to take a peek at my hand. Now they know that I have the Make Disappear and the land. I don't want to say never say never. Never say never. I don't know if Liliana's going to be able to make a big difference this game. So the go for the Throat helps. Go for the Throat definitely helps. And now we can use this cave to go to eat up Liliana, potentially. I think it's going to be what we have to do here. Yeah, I think if we have Liliana as a persisting threat, that can kind of help if we're not going to have the Interceptor. I'm very aware that they have the Cottage. Here, but I don't think we have much else of a choice. They have a lot more card advantage than us. If they kill Liliana, they at least tap out. They can't use this food token, and they use all of their resources, essentially. So, not looking great. Not looking great here. I guess we'll give, so Liliana goes down, but I don't think we have to get another one, actually, which is actually pretty nice, but it actually is a little bit awkward here because we have Make Disappear. I don't know if I really want to use Liliana's +1, so I think we're just going to cast Liliana and just have her chill. Yeah, I think.
Happy to help, but I'm taking.
Yeah, if they want to go for the Restless Cottage again, they're going to have to tap out again, and they won't be able to eat the food. So we do need a little bit of help here, but I mean, all is not lost. And I think they're wanting to go for the Restless Cottage because they see that we have the Make Disappear. Like, they see it. So hopefully they don't have Anoint with Affliction. So they have enough to pay. Wait. 3 or less. Wait, hold on. No, yeah, well, yeah. We're a 4-mana creature. 4-mana. What? That threw me for a loop. Why did you do that? Okay, well, let's go for Make Disappear. Okay, hold on. That just threw me back really badly. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through, just because we have Liliana to deal with this, and then we can swing in, and then we still have this Make Disappear. But I'm really confused. They must have just a mental oopsie there. Okay, yeah, let's swing in here. I don't know. I feel like we probably should not have won this match, but it's looking kind of okay with the Make Disappear. If they go for Restless Cottage. Glissa. Okay, I think I'm still gonna have to Make Disappear this. If we go for Make Disappear, they can't eat the food token if they pay it. And at this point, we're just on the clock, so we don't have much of a choice. I know they can obviously pay it. I'm not gonna sacrifice my Interceptor. Yeah, if they pay this, they can't eat the food token. That just leaves 1 land. Hopefully, they don't have like anything else. Yeah, I mean they've got a map token. The map token doesn't do a whole lot right now. So we definitely need a little bit of help, but at least I mean, at least we have something here. I have no idea how we kind of like push through this. This is kind of very impressive. All right, so more land. I guess we'll go ahead and get rid of the cave. Can't swing in, obviously. I wonder, how can we... Oh, Gix's command is nice, but how can we realistically win this? I think we have to just kind of pretend like we've got to go for the throw. Well, they know we don't have to go for the throw, because we would have just like, used that to... Why are they... Hold on, why are they going for Virtual Persistence? Why wouldn't they go for the food token? They need life. So if I draw into removal, I essentially just win. So Glissa swings into the Liliana. I'm gonna let this go, and if I let this go, you don't have anything to block.
Fine.
And Path of
I'm
Peril.
not wanted.
I'm just so confused. I mean, I'll take it though. Good game. Guten Tag. Well, Guten Tag to you as well. That is hello in German. I actually took 3 years of German in high school. Well, let's go ahead and give them the friendly mulligan hello. So I don't know how you say mulligan in German, but either way, here's the friendly mulligan hello. Everybody needs a friend when you take a mulligan, so those things suck. But yeah, I actually took German in high school, and there was either two options, either German or Spanish. And the Spanish class was like very, very difficult, and the German one was like very easy. It was like a blow-off class. So that's why I know German now. I don't really know German. I know like the alphabet and like some common stuff, but a little backstory about that. Okay, so I got Come On Faceless Kexon. It's going to be a pretty easy. It is unfortunate. I would rather them drop a 2-drop instead of a 1, just because like they make this appear on the Phoenix chick. Doesn't feel great. They can just bring it back, and they do still have 1 red source open here, so not really great. But we do have the March of Wretched Sorrow. I'm going to go ahead and get this down. It actually is close with the Raffine's Tower, because we are a little bit floody here. So we could go for double March of Wretched Sorrow to get some life back. So it is kind of close. I might want to keep that for cycling, but I think we're still okay, because we still have to go for the throat. So, but it is close. If we get more flooded here, I will feel absolutely stupid. Definitely, we got to make them think that they have like a monstrous rage. We definitely want to click no for the blockers. Maybe they get a little jumpy. They don't, but that's okay. 17 to 20, and at this point, even if we didn't draw, if we got another land, not the end of the world. I think we're just going to go for Liliana. Let's not be coy here. Let's just drop Liliana, get them to sacrifice the etching. That's fine.
Something suspicious is going on.
If they have something to kill Liliana, at least she absorbs a burn spell, so that's fine. That's completely fine. She at least absorbs a burn spell. We get a Kamano. It's theoretically, well, not theoretically, it is a 2-for-1. She doesn't live, unfortunately. Sorry, Liliana. But now we got this March of Wretched Sorrow. Even if we do get more land, so we have more land, but like against burn, it's not really the end of the world. We can just tap all the way out on the March of Wretched Sorrow and get removal, and then gain a bunch of life. The March of Wretched Sorrow gonna be really, really nice here. I really wish they would play something rather than the Mishra's Foundry, but they only have 2 cards left in their hand. Hopefully, let's go ahead and let them pass the blockers, make sure they don't have a monstrous rage that they don't want to get a little bit jumpy on. Let's go for the March of Wretched Sorrow, and this is nice, but we still do need to draw into something here. I would take a Quick Study, Memory Deluge, or really just anything. So March of Wretched Sorrow is going to come in, unless they want to buff it up, but wait, what? You just lightning struck your own creature, and we get the Lier. That is probably one of the best top decks. Let's just drop Lier. We're at 17 life, so if they want to swing on in, I'm going to let it through. I am not worried about my life at all. We got the Lier. I cannot believe it. It's been a long time since I played with Lier, but this card is absolute gas, man. Just being able to replay all your stuff, we're going to be able to replay the March of Wretched Sorrow. I just can't believe they lightning strike their own creature. And that's good night. Okay, well, 1 land is not going to cut it, so let's go ahead and mulligan that away. And we got 2 March of Wretched Sorrows. I don't know what I'm playing against, so I guess we can probably put one of these marches away, but I really like the March of Wretched Sorrow. Big fan of them. Alright, so let's see what we're playing against. I'm feeling a control matchup. Oh, okay, so we got some blue. Oh, so this is most likely Otherworldly Gaze. Most likely going to be that reanimate stuff. So Sultai reanimation. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't want to, judge anyone on their first card, but typically that's what I'm assuming. And with the Picklock Prankster, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume, which is fine. We are definitely up for the challenge. So Liliana, also always nice to go for that Memory Deluge early. Of course, only running 1 singular Memory Deluge, but in very, very grindy matchups, I think that could swing. So Alright, what do we got here? It's Cruel Somnophage. Alrighty. Ooh, and there is actually the Tyrannix. That card is very, very scary. We don't have a whole lot of ways to deal with it outside of go for the throw. And of course, the ward and haste and all that nonsense is always really scary. Let's go and put away the Memory Deluge. Maybe we can. If it gets really, really grindy, we can go for the Memory Deluge. So, one with the Multiverse. This deck is really, really scary, though. We gotta make sure that we can counter their stuff. So, holding up Make the Spear be pretty important. Picklock Prankster, let's see, they know Swarming Emergence, so that's nice. The Aclazotz, speaking of Silver Bullets, Aclazotz is another one of our Silver Bullets. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of March of Wretched Sorrow. That card feels particularly weak, and we don't really care about the life gain in this one, so that's going to be a pretty easy ditch. So now we get to hold up, go for the throw, and make disappear. Life could be worse, especially with Liliana. Eventually, we'll just be able to get into her ultimate, and that pretty much hurts them. It hurts them quite a bit. Swarming Emergence, yep, pretty easily gonna go for Make Disappear. If they actually did have just like a big creature, I would much rather go for the throat. But, oh man, I guess we'll go for the, like,
drop it.
I want to keep the Aclazotz. I actually just got rid of the Aclazotz in my other match there, so you can just tell how painful it is to get rid of Aclazotz. Such a fun card, but if we can just get Liliana's, they actually have one card in their hand, so this is looking pretty good. I mean, how else does this deck deal with Planeswalkers? Whale of the Forgotten. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so they definitely spoil our fun there. I was going to go for Liliana's -6 and get them to sacrifice 2 lands. I don't even know if I really want to do that. I think I would have discarded first, but that's neither here nor there. We unfortunately do not have that option, and now we actually have to sweat. Now we definitely have to sweat. So I'm going to go for Liliana as well. Okay, so not the end of the world. We do have the Ertai. Ertai definitely will help us out, but I think I'm going to have to go in for the +1.
Enough
even though, man, I think we're just going to have to try and build up Liliana. Maybe it's a mistake. Man, definitely a rough break there on the Whale of the Forgotten. That card is absolutely amazing, though. Big fan of that card. Alright, so Cruel Somnophage, we can take care of that with the Liliana. We also have the Ertai. I wouldn't mind a land just to be able to cast the Ertai. Picklock Prankster comes out to play, and now Liliana does not take care of that. So that is a big problem. I think we're going to have to just go for Ertai. Let's do this. This is actually not that bad. Let's go for Ertai. They will draw a card, but, well, because we don't have a hand, and then we just get Liliana to discard it, not that big of a deal. So I think we're actually looking okay here. So Liliana, unfortunately, does not get the -6 earlier, but we're still building up into it again. Otherworldly Gaze, this is actually just surveilling, so this is not really like card advantage. They're just fixing up their next draw. Definitely think we're okay here. Not great. The Picklock Prankster does have like Vigilance, so they can just kind of peck away at Liliana as well. But again, we do have this Memory Deluge. It's going to take a while to cast this Memory Deluge because it is costing 7. But I think that life could be a lot worse right now. So Otherworldly Gaze, let's see what they get rid of. They get rid of another Whale of the Forgotten. I would have thought they would want the Whale of the Forgotten, so that tells me they pretty much have the Swarming Emergence. They do have one card in their hand. So Liliana's +1 is still good here. Let's go for the Impulse.
Annoying.
Oh, what do we want? I would like a Lier, but if I go for Liliana's +1, we're going to just have to get rid of it anyway. So I really would like to have another land just for Path of Peril. We could get rid of both of these Picklock Pranksters, but I think ultimately we're just going to do this. And because they do have a card in their hand, and the Picklock Prankster's not that threatening, I think we're just going to do that. And we get rid of a Tyrannix, so that is amazing. Definitely love that. 14 to 20. As long as they don't top deck anything super crazy. Oh, Founding of the Third Path. They're probably just going to copy a Swarming Emergence. And I think this Tyrannix Rex is going to come out to play. Oh, what a nasty top deck. Oh, gosh. I think that's what they're going to do. They're probably going to read ahead. Exile target instance. Yeah, and they're going to get the Swarming Emergence, right? Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, Swarming Emergence, they've got a massive 23 permanent cards in their graveyard. I don't know. So they could actually go for a Traxa as well and just kind of reload. I think probably the best thing to do. Alright, so they got the Swarming Emergence out, and they did have enough mana to cast it. And they go for Tyrannix Rex instead of a Traxa, which is a little bit puzzling. Oh man, it's still in a rough spot here, but I think they would have went for a Traxa to like refuel their hand, but hey, okay, I'll take it. Path of Peril. Okay, so I guess Path of Peril, we're gonna have to use it. We're still 2 away. What's kind of nice, if we top deck into like a Liliana or something, I guess we can just get rid of the Tyrannix Rex. But this, I guess we'll just keep the Path of Peril now. Okay. And this thing, yeah, look at this freaking beast of a card, man. What a cool card. Absolute Timmy, I love this card. I have not actually really built a deck around the Tyrannix Rex, but I think I need to. The card is absolutely sick, so. Props to our opponent for reminding us of how cool this card is. Okay, well, the one thing that can really get rid of this is Lily. Oh my god, and we top deck a Liliana. Tough break for the opponent here. So sacrifice, we get around that ward. So we actually don't even need to pay the ward cost because they're just sacrificing. And we just got this deck. This game has swung back and forth like 2 or 3 different times now. Hopefully they don't have another Swarming Emergence. Eventually I would think they go for Atraxa. Oh, so they actually just go for the Tyrannix Rex again. We are running 4 Lilianas. Gosh dang it, they just go for the face. Get more poison counters. Unfortunately, we're 1 away from the Path of Peril being able to blow up the entire board rather than just 2 or less. So Liliana's +1 is not gonna cut it here. I think that is just about, yeah, it's GG's. That is, yeah, really cool deck though. I really appreciate the Tyrannix Rex, but GG's. No lazy, 1027. Let's see how lazy you are, my friend. Alright, I'm definitely just going to go for the Raffine's Tower, Shipwreck Marsh. Yeah, I mean, again, with this, like, 3-color nonsense type of deck here, you always have to run into those kind of problems. And I think that ultimately, I was talking earlier about Kamano Face Kex. I'd never like to see that, but at least we're on the draw, so it's not nearly as bad. But going back to, like, the kind of, like, the aggro thing versus, like, the mid-rangey control type thing, I think having to go for Raffine's Tower is one of the reasons. Let's go ahead and make disappear that. We don't want a 3/3 Feld out in the battlefield. And we take no damage on turn 2, which is nice. But, yeah, I think we're just going to go for the Underdog and Fading Hope. These are, it's actually a pretty good curve out here. But yeah, with the Raffine's Tower coming in tapped and, like, having to do, like, the mana base, I don't think you really can do, like, a super aggro-y type of, like, Esper deck like this. You probably can, but I like what we have going on here. So Felden comes out to play. I really do not like the etching of Kamanu. So Play with Fire, should we go for the Fading Hope on the etching or the Felden? I am a little tempted to go for the etching just because let's try this out. I know we're being a little naughty, but hey, Liliana actually helps us anyway. And because I have the Aclazotz, I think we can afford to make this move because I don't want the Underdog to get exiled. Yeah, I know they have a Kamanu. I understand. Maybe that is not the best move here, especially hindsight's 2020, but we've got Liliana of the Veil, and I don't want to lose my Underdog for the entire match because we're at 17 life. So I think there is a world where blitzing would be pretty good.
This fight finished before
so let's go ahead and do this. -2, looking good there. Sure.
Must be made.
Obviously, I know the Kamanu can also take away the Liliana, so it's a little bit unfortunate of a sequencing here. But as long as we have the Aclazotz, I don't really care. And I do like having the Underdog long term. Again, 16 life is fine. I think as long as we can get out the Aclazotz, I don't really care to blitz in the Tenacious Underdog. So I think overall that was a risky move, especially versus... Wait, you didn't swing, and now you... Wait, you didn't even swing? We want to play Aclazotz! Elu, how we doing here? So got Path of Peril to make disappear, so hopefully we run into something a little bit more aggro heavy, and we will be happy campers. Can't even really go for Path of Peril, just because we don't have 2 black sources here, so... we'll make it work, Alright, so let's go for the... yeah, we'll just drop the... let's just drop the Deserted Beach, whatever. We'll be fancy here. Let's see what we're playing against. Well, another Path of Peril. Definitely not loving that. Especially because we can't cast it, but that's okay. So let's just go for Make Disappear. Let's see what they cast here. Is this going to be Plaza of Heroes? Most likely going to be Esper, yeah. So let's go for Make Disappear, get rid of this Schooner. Schooner, not Schooner. Again, shout out to whoever, I forgot who it was, but someone in my shorts, I pronounced it Schooner, and I did not know it was Schooner. But either way, Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, I guess it's not the end of the world. I guess we're just going to go for Fading Hope, take it away, and see if we can scry for a land. So Shattered Sanctum, we'll go ahead and keep that. That is absolutely fine with me. And let's take a look. And they see the Path of Peril, but the Path of Peril is not looking that good. So, yeah, at least take a look. I can take a look here. Shattered Sanctum, I think we're just going to go for Memory Deluge. So, yeah, that's fine. Wow. Care 47. All right, looking like a pretty standard hand here. Would like to see 3 in the opener, but that's okay. So Monastery Swiftspear, we're finally going to get tested on aggro. We haven't really been on the draw versus aggro a whole lot. We've got plenty of things to take care of it. So the Interceptor also has like the lifelink and stuff like that. So I think we're ready for the challenge. We are on the draw versus the dreaded mono red. So they're just coming right at us as mono red does. I think we'll be okay though. 14 to 20, and that's all you got. Is that all you got? Ooh, a little nervous now. We definitely need to get into another land here, but I think go for the throat might be the best move. I would like to scry for our third land with the Fading Hope, but we'll see what they play. So the Spell Spear. Okay. Alright, so I don't like taking damage, of course. I think we're just going to go for the throat here. The Spell Spear is not really going to hurt us until next turn. They kind of need to set up with the Spell Spear, so that's kind of nice there. And we're just going to cross our... Okay, we do get into a land. It is a tap land, but it's better than no land at all. We can go for Fading Hope, and if they want to do the thing with the Spell Spear is a cute card, but unfortunately they do have to like basically tap out to do this. So of course we're gonna go for the Fading Hope, and they lose out on a lot of mana efficiency this way, which is why the Spell Spear, whenever I try to play, I just find that's a little bit too expensive. But more tap lands. Raffine's Tower is gonna be fine. That's fine. Yep, totally fine with that. It does come in tapped, which is of course slow, but now we go for Liliana, and they're gonna have to worry about this Liliana. So of course Liliana does her thing, discard a card, we're looking good. Bada bing, bada boom. What I love about Liliana, yeah, so Play of Fire, okay, Play of Fire does not actually kill him, and let's go to get rid of this Memory Deluge. Again, we're only running one Memory Deluge, but I feel like Deluges will like come up a lot in the deck, so hey, with Liliana, we absolutely don't care to feed her with the Deluge though. And Lightning Strike, so we're, see, that's what I'm saying though, like we're at 14 life. I don't think we're in much like trouble at all. Today. So if they want to go for the Spell Spear again, we can just kind of flash in Ertai. Otherwise, we're holding up a counter spell, and I think we're pretty much looking okay. Yeah, let's just go for the Ertai here. Let's do this before they transform, obviously, because then they get the prowess, and they don't have prowess, but they get the ward as well. So destroy you, and we give them a card to draw. That's okay. Good lord, I must be coming down with the cold. I'm really stuffed up, but it's okay. Beating mono red always makes me happy, so we will use that to our advantage. So Charming Scoundrel comes... I guess I will block. If you got like Monster's Rage or something like that, I guess I don't really care. We still get the kill, and we get... Yeah, that's fine. I really don't think we're bugged that much by that. Yep, that's fine. And now we got the Interceptor. The Interceptor, of course, having lifelink really helps us out a lot, and then we get the Connive. I think we're starting to look pretty good. The Mistress Foundry, not in love with it. I think, gosh, it is close. You probably should go for the throat. Oh, this is probably my last match today, so I'm going to give the Interceptor a little bit of love here, just because we can kind of fix up our stuff here. If we go for the throat, and then we can hope make disappear, but like I said, this is the last match I'm playing today, win or lose. So Play of Fire is unfortunate, so that we get a little bit greedy. I don't think we can, yeah, that is unfortunate. But we get another Interceptor anyway, so all is good. I wanted to take a lot of love to the Interceptor. Can't play the Aclazotz, which is fine. But going back to the Interceptor, I really, ever since this card was released, I do think this card is insanely underrated, and nobody plays it. So now that they're tapped out, I think we can just go, let's just go for the Interceptor. I know we could go for the throat, but I want to get down this Interceptor. And you know what, I'm actually not even going to block either, because now that they are tapped out, we can just kind of, yeah, this is fine. And let's go for the Make Disappear. Hopefully we can get the Aclazotz out. And wow, we're looking good. But yeah, I think the Interceptor, just no one plays it. I think it's pretty underrated. Like, just, it should be played a little bit. It's a pretty good card, and myself included. So let's go ahead and get this delicious lifelink, and then we're going to drop the Aclazotz down, and I think it's going to be way too much for them. This game's just effectively over. Back up, so 12 to 12. Let's drop the Aclazotz. More lifelink coming at your face here, and they want no part of it. GG's, baby.